Hi everyone. I'm on my own today. Garrett's at work. Tim's at a poultry show. His geese won the young geese thing. But today, you and I are going to make pumpkin cake. Okay? I got this recipe years and years ago. It's not even really a recipe. From very dear friend Alberta. She passed away on my parents' anniversary the year after they passed away. But anyways, I've been making this ever since then. You know my cake, I buy cake mixes and I often do things to them so they don't need oil and whatnot. It's not about being perfect. It's about making it a little bit better. We don't need oil in our cakes. So we're going to make a cake mix. Usually I buy Betty Crocker, but the store I went to only had the Pillsbury Spice Cake Mix. I don't know why I buy Betty Crocker. I know lots of people swear by Duncan Hines. Whatever. We're doing Duncan Hines. I try to stir it up with a fork first to kind of fluff it. I remember back when I was a kid, when my aunt would make cakes, she never used a box mix. And I remember her sifting the flour and everything all together. So I think that's one place this comes from. So I think it just helps to lighten it up, get those clumps out ahead of time, and get it ready. So, our cake mix says, cup of water, 3 large eggs, a half cup vegetable oil. We already know we're ditching the vegetable oil, okay? We're going to use a can of pumpkin. And we might not put any water in. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It depends on the consistency that it looks. I usually like to buy Libby's pumpkin. I think I even improved that. See, I usually like to buy Libby's pumpkin. But evidently last year I was having trouble finding it because this is from last year, but the date on it is still good. It says that it is good until December 31st, 28. So, let's get rid of it now. And this can opener doesn't want to open the can all the way. Man! Always something, isn't it? Okay. So I guess it's a good thing I had a fork here, isn't it? Oh. This is going to be fun trying to get this out. Yeah, with a great big spatula? I don't think so. Let's try this little one. Oh, what a pain, what a pain. But we don't give up. We persevere. So it's been nice being home. I'm making our turkey today. And I got my stuffing and butter mixture. My butter mixture for my stuffing with my seasoning and everything already. I still stuff the bird. No one in my family for generations has ever gotten sick from a stuffed bird. My mother always stuffed it. I stuff it. I don't care for dressing. I like the real deal. I think that's about all I'm going to get out of this can. I think I got it pretty clean. Okay? So, yuck. We'll get that mixed up a little bit. Okay, it's not going to be anything special. It will take forever if I sit here and do it with a fork. That's why I'm not going to, and it'll be extremely dry. Box says 3 large eggs. We've got chickens. Right now, I would say these are probably considered small eggs by grocery store standards. But since I've had bantam eggs, this is a small egg, technically. But to me, it's not really. And yes, I crack them in one at a time because you can get a bad egg. And a lot of my chickens, especially these chickens, the Welsumers, they're young. It's very common that when a young girl starts laying her eggs, that she'll bust blood vessels as the egg's going down, which is why sometimes you'll see an egg with a couple spots of blood in it. It's just because that hard shell's not on there while the egg passes through. First, it's a soft shell. And so when it's going down, it can get those blood vessels, spots of blood in it from the blood vessels breaking because she's a young girl trying to lay these big eggs, okay? So, you try doing that. You see how hard it is, okay? Can you imagine having a baby every single day? That's what these hens are going through. They're having a baby every single day. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the mixer on, and we're going to see where we're at. If we need water, how much water we need. Now, if I leave it like this, it would be more like quick bread. I do want it to be a little bit more cake-like. So, I'm going to add a little bit of cold water. Yeah, I don't know how much that was. If it's too much, we'll just add some flour, I guess. I don't know what we'll do. I think I am going to do a couple of shakes of pumpkin pie spice. I mean, I know the box says it has cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. You know what I should do? I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do ginger. I've made this also with gingerbread cake instead of the spice cake. I'm going to add some ginger because that's really, isn't that what really makes a pumpkin pie a pumpkin pie? Okay, maybe I'm not. Maybe I am. Okay, we're gonna just do a little shake. I'd say that's maybe a teaspoon. All right, okay, so now we have it more cake-like. All right, I know it's not super runny like a cake is usually super runny, but at least it's dropping from the spoon. You know, your gingerbread cake and spice cakes, I think. There are some cakes that are just a little bit heavier. Okay, and this is going to be one of them, regardless of what you do, because it just is. Because that's how I work, okay? But we still have to get the pan ready. And I usually I wanted white lily flour one day. I went to the store. They didn't have white lily. I'm not familiar with tender bake, but I tried it. It's okay. I mean, if I want an all-purpose flour, it's good enough. If I want a cake flour, I'm gonna definitely make sure I buy the white lily cake flour. But I do like this tender bake. It works good enough for what we're doing. Okay. And then I got my oven at 450. Preheating for my bread. I'm going to turn it down to 350. Guess what? I still have cookie sheets in there from my pumpkin pie. You never know. It's always an adventure in my house. I made the pumpkin pie Wednesday night before we went to Roger's house. And I guess I made bacon yesterday in the oven. I don't know why I didn't take them out, but I just took them out. Yikes. Okay, oven's turned down to 350. Comedy at Alexis's house, as usual. Just put it in here. And what do I do for icing? Historically, I do not like to make frosting. I am terrible at making, well, I shouldn't say I'm terrible at making frosting. I haven't made homemade frosting for probably, I don't know, 20 years or something. Scarlett was little. I don't think I ever made homemade. Well, maybe when Garrett was wee little. I made homemade, maybe. Back when I used to make the kids their birthday cakes. I may have. But anyways, I don't like to. I always feel like it never turns out right. So I usually buy the jar. I usually on this would buy the caramel. Well, you can't really buy it anymore. I can't find it. Just the plain ordinary caramel. All what I could find when I went was this caramel latte. I don't think that's going to be very good. I have it just in case. I thought about making homemade caramel frosting, but I don't know. I just feel like I don't ever get it the right consistency, and I'd rather not try. Yes, I always pound my cakes, especially when they're thick like this. I probably should have added another tablespoon of butter. Oh no, it's flattened out pretty good. Okay, so what I decided to do, you know, we love pudding on our cakes. Y'all know that already. Because I think I did that with my pumpkin, or my banana cake that's on YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use vanilla pudding, a can of pumpkin, and some evaporated milk. And we're going to make this creamy, luscious pudding-like topping for this. It is going to be wonderful. So you'll have to watch that video. Because I'm not going to do the whole TV magic thing. I have found people don't want to watch a 45-minute video. So we're going to put this in the oven after it gets out, and then I will make my pudding for thing for on top, and I'll probably bring you back for that because you might like it, because it's really good without even being on a cake. And it's different. Not everybody does it. I don't know if everybody does this or not. I know my sweet friend Alberta did. And I'm so grateful. She taught me a lot of things in the kitchen. Alright, friends, family. Love ya. Like, subscribe if you want to keep seeing me do stupid things like pulling pans out of the oven. If not, move on and go watch somebody else. Have a wonderful day. Make this at Christmas time because everybody's sick of pumpkin pie. And this is different. People will love it. Trust me. All right. See you later, alligator.